Lisa is such a good tarot reader. I've experienced that for myself because Lisa's read for me quite a few times. But as a mod on her channel, I've also seen loads of times when people have said things like, oh yeah, that really resonates, or that's exactly it, you've hit the nail on the head. And because she doesn't sugarcoat, she just tells it like it is. It can really be quite an emotional and cathartic experience because they're not just being told what they want to hear, they're being told, as she says it, what you need to know. So I definitely recommend her. It's a really good idea to sign up for one of her memberships because they're such good value. You can be part of private live streams that take place before the main ones. And then you're in a much smaller group of people, so you're not competing with all these other people to get a reading. And it's also just a chance to chat with other like-minded people who have that kind of spirituality.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
Cause she's a witch.
We've got a witch!
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
I'm a witch!
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back!
Yes, indeed. Now the witch is back. Sorry, everybody. I had to very quickly do a couple of things behind the scenes. Let's just change the logo. Why is that not coming up on screen? There we go. Where am I gone? There I am. I'm back. Hello, everyone. So yes, good evening. I do hope you are very well this fine and dandy Sunday evening. If you are brand new here, my name is Lisa. I am a tarot reader of over 30. Well, this is my 30th year, technically. That's what I admit to, okay? I admit that this is my 30th year. However, officially, it is more than 30 years ago that when I started my tarot journey. It is actually more than 30 years ago. So it's officially over 30 years, which just is just bonkers to ever admit. It really, really, really is. But yes, so hello everybody. I do hope you are all well. I'm just on the back end. I'm just making sure that we have the safety measures in place for everybody here. So if you don't know, we've got an amazing group of mods here that are just wonderful. I think tonight we've got Holland and Patricia in, and I do also think we might even have Ed around as well a little bit later. So we've got some amazing mods on the channel. Now you can tell one of the mods because the mods are the people that have their name in blue, and they do have a little spanner next to their name. Okay, so that's how you can always tell the mods apart. So then, how do we do things on this channel? She says, covering for the fact that I am still rapidly going through the YouTube back office. That's not what I want. I don't want to find my data in YouTube. How do you get a tarot reading on this channel? Well, there are two ways to get a tarot reading. The first way is, as always, to wait until I open up a round. How do you know when a round is open? Well, it's dead simple. Let me show. That noise will mean a round is open. When you next hear that, it is time to get your question in. Okay, so what you do is you go across to the comment section and you start your question with the word question. One of those will get picked at random by the keeper of the questions, unless you are unless you want to send yours through as a super chat. If you send your question through as a super chat, it will guarantee that you take that slot. Okay, any amount on the super chat will guarantee that. Any amount more than £8 UK or $10, sorry, will guarantee you a much longer reading, and that will have anything from 6-7 cards normally. Some people have also had up to 10 card readings on those, depending on where we go with the cards. If you are brand new here, you might not know I use a elemental air an elemental dragon. It's an elemental thought form in the form of a dragon that on this channel we have called Wispy. Wispy is the almost like the spirit guide that connects me with the Akashic record, where the details of everybody's lives are stored, and Wispy is the one that gets me the knowledge for the tarot, if that makes sense. That's how I interpret the cards. So then I finally, I know, right, 11 minutes past, finally got my desk ready. Everything is sorted. Slow mode and subscriber modes are on. So what that means is you do have to be a subscriber on the channel to get your question, to be able to type in the chat. So it takes 5 minutes from the time you subscribe to being able to post. So if you would like a reading on this channel, do please get your question in a few minutes. To get your question in a few minutes, hit that subscribe button now. Right, finally I'm able to go across to the chat and see the comments. Yep, thank you very much. I can see them, but for some reason I can't show them, so let me just swap that over. There we go. Thank you, Patricia. As you can see, Patricia is a mod. She's got her name in blue on the main YouTube. On here it just shows Patricia with a little coffee cup next to her name. Now that shows that Patricia is a member on the channel. You can always see who the members are because they do have coffee cups next to their name. Look, you can see Sarah's name there is a very, very long name, and then right at the end there's a coffee cup. So then let's just have a wee look. Good evening to Irish Eyes. Good evening to you. The sun makes Patricia feel better. It does, doesn't it? You can tell that the sun is shining. You can tell the spring is coming slowly, but it is coming. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you who celebrate. You always booked it off as well as the day after. Yes. Irish Eyes isn't Irish. Oh, okay. You love this intro. Which one? The I'm a Witch. I know, I love that. It makes me smile every time I see it. The big 30 years. I know, right? Hi, Holland. Holland is another moderator. So yes, a child progeny. I'm not. I wasn't. I literally was 70 years of age when I picked up the first tarot deck, and I'm aging backwards. Good evening to Dormouse. Did I find the deck? Well, you'll have to find out in just a few seconds, won't you? To get a free reading. Oh, thank you. Yeah, it's all on now, Holland. Thank you very much. I was just sorting all of that out. You've got a fever. Oh, Dormouse, you really are going through it this week, aren't you? You really are going through it. Right, I tell you what, I happen to have a pink candle. So, for Dormouse, another week, another candle, eh, Dormouse? So we are going to light you a pink candle. Why am I lighting a pink candle? Well, A, because it's here, and B, because self-love, right? Self-love. And that very, very loving, warming healing is what we're sending out to Dormouse this week, because Dormouse has been suffering and has been poorly for a little while. So now I want everybody, as you look behind me, as I do go through tonight's stream, if you see the candle that is lit there, just send a little bit of warm, loving energy towards the candle, and then Dormouse, it will trickle through to you, okay, my darling? So we want that warm, loving energy. Computer, studio big light to 50%. There you go. Make it a little bit easier to see. Studio big light to 25%. Let's go a bit darker. There we go. So you can still see me. I haven't got my other light on yet either, but you can still see me, and the candle should show up a little bit brighter for everybody. So then, I am ready. I know, right? Look at that. I was talking whilst I was doing things this evening. How clever is that? I have my tarot deck at the ready. For those of you that were in the members chat, you know which deck this is. And I am ready to roll. So then let's have a quick look back at the comments, see if we've got any other comments on. To guarantee a reading, exactly. Patricia's put the details in there. Look as to what you need to do. Let's have a look. Medicinal Guinness tomorrow might help. It could do. Guinness is full of iron. Well, I used to work in a nursing home, and we had a particular patient who really struggled keeping food down. And so they would invariably puree her food. But one of the things that she really enjoyed was a Guinness. So medicinally, she would go through 2 cans of Guinness on an evening, have a really wonderful time, and basically she absolutely loved being able to have a medicinal Guinness or 2 because it gave her the iron that she needed, and also the alcohol. It literally, she was somebody who was used to a little tipple of an evening, and they didn't want to get her absolutely pie-eyed, obviously, but the doctors actually said it was better for her to have a little Guinness of an evening, 1 or 2 of an evening, normally 1, but like on the weekend she'd have 2, and I normally work weekends with her, so she would have that with all of the complete agreement of the doctor. Again, this is not medical advice, you all understand. Please do, if you are wanting Guinness on medicinal grounds, go and speak to a doctor. This is not medical advice. But she would really, really enjoy it, and she was somebody who, when she's had her Guinness, she wouldn't be singing and dancing, obviously, because it was end of life care, but she really enjoyed it. So yeah, just chill and do nothing. Let yourself heal. Exactly. Let it heal. Let it heal. You are going to have to be looked at by a GP. Your front crown. Oh, that's a tooth. Oh my God. For a split second, I thought you'd split your head open. I was going to say, why are you waiting for that? You're not hitting 60 next month and being toothless. I know you don't want that to happen. Wow, 60 Dormouse. That's a big milestone. It's knocked the socks off you. Just wear tights. It's easy then. They don't get knocked off so easy. I'm joking. But yeah, Grumpy said, oh, hang on. Grumpy sent a message. What? Grumpy says what? Grumpy says he's going to take you on a one trip. Oh, no, tell him to bugger off. Tell him Lisa said, oi, Grumpy. I don't know if Neil's lurking. We'll find out a little bit later if Neil is lurking tonight. In the 80s at 8 p.m. after visiting, we went round with eggnog in... Oh, thank God for that. There's a comma. Thank God for the comma. You went round with eggnog, Guinness, whiskey and brandy. Oh my God. I thought you said eggnog Guinness. Oh, I was about to have hives. Oh my God, the thought of an eggnog Guinness combination. Oh my Lord, no, could not do it. Let's see. I wonder if I can make it bigger from that end. Probably. Yep, there we go. It was on the drug cardex. Wow, that is a very cool nursing situation that you were involved in. If that was on their cardex, that's really cool. The nursing mothers used to get Guinness. I used to, do you know what? I have liked Guinness in the past. No, Neil was producing a podcast. He helps, believe it or not, he helps produce on this here stream as well. So quite often, if Neil isn't live in the chat acting as mod, he'll be in the background, actually doing things with the YouTube software, if you like, to sometimes if we've had issues where people have been, you know, whatever, sometimes if we get cyber attacked by algorithms and bots and things like that, Neil can jump in while I'm doing the front of house stuff. Neil can jump in the back screens and do things. So yeah, I know, right? He's been producer for a few podcasts. He really has. There's a lot to our Neil. I know, right? There is an awful lot to our Neil. Eventually he will go down to go back down towards Edinburgh, because he's way off up there in the wee highlands. Anyway, let's have a look. So shall we have a round? Shall we have a round? Shall we? I think we should. So then the round is now officially open. My buttons are not working. The round is officially open. So do please go ahead, pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, and one of those will get selected by the keeper of the questions. Don't forget, as always, if you would like to get yourself a guaranteed spot, or if you would like to get yourself a longer reading, you can do so by putting your question in as a super chat. Don't forget, any amount at all will get you that next spot, that next position in the reading list, if you like. Your guarantee, yours is up next. And don't forget, if you want to get yourself that longer reading, then again, send a super chat of $8 or £8, sorry, or $10 or more. That is the way to do it. So then, buttons should now be working. Yes, they are. Go ahead, do those two things. You've got about 30 seconds, and yeah, go ahead and do the things. Where are we going to today? Shall we start with a nice sunny spring day? Because that's what it feels like out there at the moment. Get your questions in. Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods. And as I said before, if you don't know who our mods are the ones with their name in blue with a little wrench or a spanner next to their names. Right then, so let me have a wee look. The keeper of the question says Irish Eyes. So then, Irish Eyes, let's have a look. Irish Eyes, question. What's coming in for love? What is coming in for love? Let's have a look at that for you, my darling. So we are going to go across to the card cam, as you can see. Now, today's deck is a return for the rather giant-sized Poppy Palin deck. This is the Everyday Enchantment deck by Poppy Palin, and it's a wonderful deck, full of life, full of vitality, just like Poppy was. Yes, no, I know, Holland. I'm the one that's muting it. I'm the one that mutes it every time. I just have to. There's a slight delay, so I have to get it timed up. So I'm still working on the fine tuning. If you if you actually were aware of how much frantic what's it called, paddling under the surface I was doing for that first 20 minutes, you would be absolutely amazed. There was a lot of frantic, my feet were frantically swimming, even though I was trying desperately hard to keep a fairly professional face as I'm clicking between multiple screens and doing multiple things at once. But anyway, the Poppy Palin deck is fantastic. Hello to Jack Griffiths. Hello in the chat. Poppy Palin deck is a wonderful deck full of life and vitality, which is how I choose to remember Poppy by. It really is. Unfortunately, Poppy passed a little while ago, and I use her deck 100% to basically help honor Poppy, because she was an amazing person. So yeah, that is why I'm always very privileged to use this deck when I do. So then let's have a look. So Wispy, we are going to cleanse the space. I've got all 3 bells in front of me, but I quite like this little tinkly bell. Sounds very gentle, doesn't it? And we're bringing Wispy with the old air magic there. Good evening to Wispy. I hope you are well, my friends. We are doing a reading for Irish Eyes, who wants to know what's coming for love. What is coming in for love? Let's have a look. So then, Irish Eyes, what I'm going to do you is our standard spread on this channel, which is where you are right now, what you need to know, and of course what the future opportunities are. So then let's have a look. Where you are right now, my darling, we have the Two of Cups reversed. Okay, that's interesting. I'll tell you why in a second. We have the Nine of Blades, otherwise known as the Swords. We've got the Nine of Blades coming up reversed in the What You Need to Know. And the future opportunity, we've got the Knight of Coins reversed. Now that's interesting, my darling. You've got 3 reversed cards there. Oh, hang on. The deck does not want to sit on top of the 5th spirit, so I'll just pop it there on its own space and move those 2 behind. So then, where you are right now, the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups, when it's upright in this lovely position, is a really good sign that there is loving energy coming your way, right? It really genuinely is. This is reversed, so it's saying that at the moment I don't think there is any new love coming your way. It feels like you've got some unfinished business with a previous relationship. Okay, so whatever's going on, there is somebody still in your life, there is somebody still out there that you need to fix the energy with. Okay, it's holding you back at the moment. For those of you talking about the artwork, yeah, it is stunning. I love the fact that these 2 people are just sat there having a lovely coffee, because you know me, I am addicted. But what are the couples? Where are the couples in this deck? Wow, we've got these 2 people here. Could they be a couple? Quite possibly. We've got these 2 people here. Could be a couple, quite possibly. We've got these 2 walking arm in arm. Could these be a couple? Quite possibly. We've got the 2 birds here. We've got ducks. We've got birds. We've got all sorts going on. These are all couples. It's a family. They are all different types of couples and families. That is another reason I like the inclusivity with this deck. But this is reversed, so it's talking about there being that sticking energy. It's talking about there being that stuff that hasn't been finalized with whatever's gone previously. Okay, Irish Eyes, so that is something that you probably need to look at, because it will be sticking, it will be holding you back. A little bit like, do you know if you've got like a casserole dish or a flan dish, and you've taken it out the oven and you get the bits that are stuck around the sides? You've got to clean that all off. You've got to give it a good soak, right? Let it soak for a while in hot water. If you've got a dishwasher, you've got to scrub it beforehand, because no matter what, it has to be properly scrubbed and cleaned. Otherwise, those little burnt on bits are going to stay. They're gonna like super stick into the plastic into the glass or into the Pyrex. Do you know what I mean? Right? You've got to give it a good old clean out. This is like that. This is the stuck on, left on bits of that relationship that you still need to give a little bit of a elbow grease to. A bit more fairy liquid and get in there with the scrubbing brush. That's what you need to do in terms of the relationship, right? There are still some little stuck on bits around that you need to clear through. The reason I'm saying that is because what you need to know, we've got the 9 of Blades or the 9 of Swords. This is often called the Nightmare card. And you can see why. Look at this. We've got this person in their bed. They've had a couple of sleeping tablets. This isn't too many. This isn't a case of trying to end things, although there's a certain amount of deep sadness involved in this card. But look at this wonderful purple hair. I mean, that is seriously, once the last of the brown starts to give way to grey, this is the colour I'm going. But you can see this person is waking up. They've got tattoos of barbed wire. I forgot what it was called then. Barbed wire on their wrists. They've got a razor blade necklace here. They've got so much imagery involved in this deck. It's only 10 past 10, but they cannot sleep. There are things that are worrying them, deeply, deeply worrisome, right? And this is reversed, which means it's if it's not baggage that is coming from you in terms of this relationship, then it's your ex-partner. Okay, and it's if you've got multiple exes, if you've got various people that you've been with over the years, this will be talking about whichever one has left those burnt on bits. Do you know what I mean? That's what you need to clear through, because without clearing that out, you're not going to have those clear, sleepful, restful nights. Blades and swords is trouble and strife. Blades are the ones that are all about the hurdles and the challenges. This is saying that is really stuck. It's really like you've really got to take that scouring pad to the remnants of this relationship and get rid once and for all. What's coming up in the still to come, the opportunities? We've got the Knight of Coins. Now, knights are very much about what's it called? No, it's not that you're, no, this isn't you not sleeping, my darling. This isn't you not sleeping. This is talking about, this is like metaphorical, right? It's the nightmare card metaphorically. This is talking about things that you need to clear out of this relationship. These hurdles and these challenges that haven't cleared up, right? They haven't gone. So the issues that were from this relationship, those issues are still there, and you can, you can cover them up. You can like try and move past, but you've still got this issue, this bigger issue where you've got to clear that energy through. Hi, Melinda. I can see there's something's happened in the chat. I'll have a look at that in just a second, my darling. So the energy to come, the knights are the teenage vibe of the deck. These are the cards of jumping in with both feet without thinking. These are the cards of, rushing in where angels fear to tread. All of that comes up with the knights. Coins is all about money and finances. It's all about, having that element of spending money or effort and work, career, finances. But there's also, because this way, you can see, look, right, we've got a green background. Pentacles is earth energy, it's growth energy. So this is talking about there being this need to grow from, into relationships. But again, this is reversed. So this is saying that it's almost like what you want me to say, right, is there will be a lovely new relationship coming for you round the corner. Keep an eye out for it, and jump in with both feet. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen, because this is absolutely 100%. You need to clear out this negative energy from this previous relationship. Okay. And if you were the cause of these left on, burnt on bits, right? If you were the cause of that relationship going sour, then you need to look at the reason that those behaviors took place. Okay, my darling. So this is really saying what's coming in for love. The biggest thing in your love sector, in your love area, the biggest thing is healing previous relationships, right? So that needs to absolutely get sorted. It absolutely needs to get sorted to clear that energy through before you invite anything else. Otherwise, there's no growth here. There's no growth here, my darling. Otherwise, it will just be physical relationship for the sake of physical relationship, right? There won't be any love. There won't be any healing. There won't be any positive and all of that. But you've got to do this work. Otherwise, my darling, there's no positive love energy coming in. Okay, thank you ever so much for your question, though, and I wish you nothing but the very best of luck, my darling. Let me have a look at the chat. You'll just stay single then. That's obviously your choice, my darling. If you don't want to do that inner work and clear through the baggage that you yourself may have caused or that you yourself are harbouring, then, there's no healing and no potential love coming in, if that makes sense. You really do have to, in life, we can all go through life not caring about others and not caring about, our own negative traits and our own negative patterns that we've gone through in the past. We can all care. We can all go through life and just say, oh yeah, well, I don't care about that. I don't care about that other person that I hurt deeply. And if that's the case, my darling, then that's absolutely fine. But then you're not going to get that true love from someone else, because you'll just repeat those patterns. But that is your option, my darling. That is your life. We all make our own decisions about our own life. And I wish you nothing but the very best. And I hope that I hope that you get the relationships that you absolutely deserve, my darling. But thank you very much for that. Right, Melinda, let me have a look. For you like my hair today? Thank you. I've done not a thing with it. I have put a brush through it, and that is literally all I have done with it today. Let me go back up in the chat. What has happened? What can I... Yeah, I agree, Patricia. Poppy was amazingly talented. A very sad loss. You got a bit of not so great news this week. Oh my God, I'm so sorry to hear that, my darling. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. You've been in denial for a few months, but the specialist put it clear that you're permanently disabled. All they can do is try to help keep pain under control, and you can see pain management in 2 more days. That sucks. It absolutely sucks, my darling, to hear that. It really does. You've got permanent nerve damage in your foot, ankle and lower leg. Yeah. That sucks, to be honest with you, my darling. It really does suck. And I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take that from you. Okay, it sucks. Cry, get angry, scream and shout, do all of those things. Out and kick off as much as you need to. You've got every single right to do that, right? You scream at the unfairness of the universe. You absolutely send it out. All of your anger, all of your pain, send it out into the universe and be angry and be upset. But you know what you do tomorrow? You get out of bed, you make a coffee, and you get on with it. Right? You're strong. You are so strong, Melinda. And you knew this was the case, my darling. You knew this was the case, right? You hoped it would be better, but you knew this was the case. Deep down, you knew it was, and it was confirmed. And what you'll do tomorrow is start adjusting. Okay, and find, okay, so you are never going to run a marathon, but there's a hell of a lot of things you can still do. And it might mean that, you know, you're going to have to, your life from now on, from this moment forward, looks different to what it was, right? It looks different to what it was. And you were hoping, oh well, we'll look at this and I can get my leg fixed, I can get my foot fixed, and this is what we'll do, and then I'll heal, and in a couple of years I'll be running around and doing this. And now that future is not there, right? So now your job is to make the absolute best you can of the future that you've got, because you've still got one. It's just shifting your priorities around. Now listen, believe me, I've been there. Believe me, when you get that thing of, this is as mobile as I'm ever going to be, or this is as healthy as I'm ever going to be, right? When you get news like that, it fucking sucks. It really sucks. It's like the universe has kicked you in both teeth, you know what I mean? The universe has kicked you in the teeth, right? With both feet. That's what I was trying to say. And it sucks. But it does mean that you're going to have to make some adjustments, my darling. And you can't go back to the career you were at either. So we'll find you a new career, my darling. We'll find you a new career. Think of it as the worst possible opportunity, right? It's not what you wanted in a million years. But there will be a way forward. There absolutely will be a way forward. And you will find a new normal. But give yourself time to grieve, right? Give yourself time to be angry. Give yourself that time to scream and shout and holler. Because what was your future in your head has now been shifted, right? But you've got the opportunity to absolutely rail at the universe and be angry and mad and everything else. But also, you are bloody strong. You really, really are. You say that you're that we're sisters from different misters. You say that there is a connection between us. I know how strong you are. Right? Right down deep. You dig down to that. You dig down to that battle axe spirit and you say, do you know what, universe? fuck you. If you think I am going to let this stop me, fuck you. You will find a different career using your skills in a way that you don't have to use both feet. You will find a different one, and you will work. And if there isn't one out there, you'll fucking make one for yourself, because you've got this, Melinda. You are so fucking ridiculously strong, right? You really, really, really are. You really genuinely are, right? I'm not blowing smoke up anyone's ass, and you know I don't do that, right? But you deserve to be angry right now, and you've got that, and upset and cry and anger and everything else. But trust me, you have also got that amazing spirit that a lot of us on this channel have, right? There's a reason we come together, right? There is a reason that we all come together in this little fucked up community, in this little tiny space of the great big monopoly, that's a word, the great big monopoly and conglomerate that YouTube is, right? We've got our own little tiny mini corner over here. It's like a little secret. We're like a little secret club. And a lot of us have had our lives change in very significant ways because of health issues, that our loved ones are going through, because of, you know, things that are going to change our lives forever, things that are going to shorten our lives, or things that are going to, you know, make our lives different to what we ever would have thought we'd be able to cope with. But the one thing that all of us have in common, right, is that we eventually roll up our sleeves and get on with it. Doesn't mean we're happy about it, right? Because we're not happy about it. But we roll up our sleeves and we say, do you know what, universe? Fuck you. This ain't going to beat me. Do you know who we are? We're fucking authentic. We're authentic bitches. No. So what? So I'll do you know what you'll be able to do, Melinda, now, right? Something you couldn't do before. You'll be able to go and nick shoes from the shoe shop outside. You'll be able to get a shoe for the working foot, right? You'll be able to go, the shoe shops where they've only got the right hand shoes or the left shoes in the shoe shop on display at the front of the door when you walk in. I don't know if they still do that. They used to when I used to work in shoe shops, but I was 16 when I was working in a shoe shop, and that's 32 years ago. Tell anybody that's a secret, just me and you, Melinda. Tell anybody that I admitted to 32 years ago being 16, and I will come around and bitch slap you. I'm telling you, right? But anyway, we used to have shoes out in the front, and they could only be one foot, either the left foot or the right foot, never a pair. So what you need to now do is find the shoe shops near you that have the ones on the left or the ones on the right, whichever it matches up to your working foot, right? And you just go. If you're in a chair, you will pass really quickly, shove it under your... What? I couldn't do it. I'm in a chair. And then you only... 50% sales now, my darling. You're in there, look. You're in there. Find that dark humour. Find that fucked up humour, right? Find that dark humour. I think, I know, I would say every single one of the mods could share with you, except I'm going to ask them not to, but they could all share with you their stories of when their life took a similar turn, right? In a similar way. Every single mod here has got that story. Every single mod here can tell you that something has happened in their life that derailed it from the way they thought it would go, and they had to learn a whole new normal, right? Every one of us. And it's the reason why we come together. It's the reason why we find community, because what it does is it sorts the kids from the adults, right? And there is a reason, right? There is a reason why these things happen to certain people, because when you look at things in a particular way, right, and you have that life-altering moment, do you know what it does? It makes you look at things completely different. And that opens the mind to all of these other things, all of these witchy spiritual things. It opens things up in a very different way, my love. It really does. And I know you're not going to see that now. I can see in the chat you're having to retire 10 years earlier, but now you'll be a full-time grandma and do your crafts. You will. You will. You could be a full-time grandma, but also you'll get disability discounts. And because you've got a bad leg, if you go to a concert, right? You go to a gig, quite often, if you have a look, you buy a ticket, you get disability discount, and you get a free person to come with you. Not that I've ever used that, you understand. Yep. Oh, I really want to go and see this thing at the theatre. Oh, got me walking stick, and I can't stand, so I get a disabled platform, which is normally quite decent viewing, actually. And also, because Rufus has to come with me in case I have a fall over or collapse or whatever, we get 2 tickets for the price of 1 discounted. First time I heard about that, I was like, oh, I should have had all this shit years ago. All these years I've been paying full price tickets for gigs and concerts and theatre and cinema and everything else. And I could have just, this could have affected me years ago. I've got a lot of stuff happening at the moment that's going to drastically fuck up the rest of my life. But do you know what? We get on with it. We make do. We adjust. And we move forward. The doctor changed your red disability auto plaque to a blue one. I don't know what that means. That's an American thing. What's a blue one? Do you get free parking? Do you get free Baskin Robbins? You got to get free something, right? There's got to be some upside of having a blue badge. We get to park wherever the hell we want, right? Sort of. But we've got a blue badge in the car. So yeah, you love high heels. A bonus, when you're on a wheelchair, you can still wear them. There's no walking required. Also, Dormouse, do you know what else? Do you know what else you can do, right? Right then, listen. Not sure. Red is temporary and blue is permanent. Not sure about the rest of the world. Dormouse, for legal reasons, I cannot say that this is something that anybody should do. Legally, do not do this. This is an example of something that a friend, an anonymous friend of mine, an acquaintance of mine, an anonymous acquaintance of somebody I once met in a pub, right? For legal reasons, that is who it came from. If you are somebody who is in a wheelchair and you like high heel shoes, right? All I'm going to say is you cannot return shoes if you have walked on them. But if you are in a wheelchair and are not physically walking on the soles of those shoes look absolutely brand new. Most stores have a 30-day return policy. So, an acquaintance of a friend of somebody that they once met in a pub, right? That's all I'm going to say. I'm not. But that person once told me that they were able to, whilst using a wheelchair, go and buy an incredibly expensive pair of shoes that we will say rhyme with Chimmy Boo shoes, and they got to wear this incredibly expensive pair of Chimmy Boo shoes to an event, and everybody was like, "Oh wow, look at those shoes! Look at those shoes!" And then they went to the event, and also then went out for dinner a couple of times in them as well, and all of those lovely things, right? So they did all of these things, and then managed to return them 3 weeks later and get a full refund because obviously the soles had never been walked on. That's all I'm saying. It's a possibility. But I've always said, right, your doctor's ordering you an electric scooter. Then you've got a job to do now, Melinda. Your job is to decide how to mod your scooter, right? Are you going to be one of those people that have the 25 different mirrors that come out on the sides? Are you going to be one of those people that make your scooter look like a broomstick, right? You know what I mean? So you have like you have half of a besom attached to the back of it, maybe even in like acrylics or whatever. So you've got this, so it looks like you've got your seat is actually part of a broomstick. Are you going to have one of those? Are you going to mod it in are you going to have it black with devil horns and reverse pentagrams all over and dripping in 666s to scare the people in the shops? Like, how are you going to mod it? Damn, what a blooming fine idea. Your friend of a friend suggests the red sole ones. The red sole ones are, I used to know this. They're not Balenciaga, are they? They're something else. But yes, those ones. You wish you could afford a scooter. I when I was poorly last year or the year before, I did use all the scooters in Tesco's, you know, and all the supermarket ones. And there was a little part of me that was going, do you know what? If I ever need a scooter, I'm not going to use these crappy ones. And I was looking at it for a little while, but then my health thankfully did recover. And luckily, like where I am now, with everything that's going on at the moment, my physical health generally is improving as I lose more weight, but it's everything else that's going wrong. It's just my eyes now. You use your companion ticket for all live events, yes. Most places requesting an access card, which is easy to apply. I have a carer's card. I didn't know about an access card, but I will look at that. I know I get cheap train tickets. So this summer I will be using my disabled train ticket because I will go in my plan for this summer is, if I'm not going camping, then my plan is over the summer to go and visit all of the mods. And have days out with all of the mods where the mods live, because they live all over the country. So yeah, absolutely. You'll have to brainstorm. Exactly. See, there were good things. Listen, my darling, I'm not trying to minimize it, right? It fucking sucks. It's dreadful news, right? It really is dreadful news. I'm so sorry. But also, what you have to do is find that way to make it work for you, right? So you'll be a person that's disabled. Just make it work for you. Do you know what I mean? Make it work for you. Make it your bitch. Do you know what I mean? And I've sworn so many times and used the F word so many times that this is no way going to get monetized. So if there's adverts running on this on this today, then YouTube is welcome to whatever cut of it. I don't really care. But you've got a selection. I've got a selection of sticks, right? Yes, I also have them. I've got a I've got my current walking stick is a deep purple. It's Cadbury's. It's this color, not in the light, but this color just on the background purple, right? Deep purple color, and it's got it's shiny. It's got a 3-pronged foot thing on it, so it stands up on its own. It's so cool. And I've got bells and one of the things that I make. In fact, send me your address on Instagram, Melinda, and I will send you something. I've got that. I've got things hanging on it. I've got a black one which has got loads of stickers down the front of it. There's loads of bits, right? I have looked at all sorts. I have looked at sticks that have got the things inside, you know, where you take the handle off and then they've got like enough in there for a couple of shots of mead. Because sometimes a little bit of, do you know what I mean? Melinda, you're already feeling better. Hopefully, my darling, hopefully. You've been grieving your previous lifestyle. I know, but you've just got to learn to let that go, right? You've just got to learn to, you'll let that go. But also, there is no reason why you can't still do the same hobbies, right? So you might not be able to run a marathon, but they do wheelchair marathons. Right, so if that's something that you really want to do, say that you used to play, basketball, and that was your favorite thing. Well, they do wheelchair basketball, and also look at the Special Olympics. Look at what those people are capable of doing. Right, that is just, I'm too lazy. I am far too lazy. Right, but there is one of these things when eventually If I get the eye issues that may well happen, then I will go to wearing bottle thick bloody glasses, right? And things like that. If that's what I need, I will get a bigger monitor on here so I can see things even bigger. If I need to make those adjustments, I'll do it. But we just carry on. Do you know what I mean? We'll just carry on, my darling. And listen, right here, you can come online and you can go blah if you need to, or you can come online and go, oh, this is really shit, guys, right? And you know we've got your back, because every single one of us, I would say, looking at the chat as well, with Dormouse, with Sarah, with everyone, thank you, my darling, I would say every single one of us have one of those life events, right? And so it does suck, my darling. It really does. But I also know that you are going to come through this. It's not the end of anything. You will come through this. So yeah, I do hope it helps. Yep. My walking stick has become incredibly useful a couple of times where I've had to stand up for myself, shall we say. You live in Scotland, but imagine all parts of the UK do the same. Disabled bus pass with a companion as well. I keep forgetting to apply for that. You travel all around Scotland for free on short and long haul bus. Wow, that's cool. Ed will be here in about half an hour. Oh, means we've got to do some work now, look. You were at a concert, Slipknot concert, and you collapsed and the medics moved you to the disabled area. You thought, damn heat. I mean, I love the idea. I love the idea of the disabled viewing space for a Slipknot concert being full of people that have pimped up and rocked out their walking sticks, their frames, their chairs, their aids, all of that. All of that. Yes, you do, my dumber. Yeah, my dumber, my darling. Yes, a summer visit. Absolutely a summer visit. I'm going to make the most of my disabled train ticket this year. Trust me. I'll have to time it though. You know, 1 day on, 1 day off. 1 day of visiting, a day to recover, because you know what I'm like. You live on the first floor, so you have a scooter. You're too vain to use a walking frame. I've got as I say, my walking stick now I love, but the one before that was a fold-up one. So I used to carry it around in my bag, and then there would be this really cool moment, right, where I'd go, oh, either I'm feeling a bit wibbly or I'm feeling this, right? Or maybe I'm feeling a bit threatened by a situation, and I would pull it out of some handbags here, and I would pull it out of the bag, right? And I had it wrapped in the you know what's it, I forgot what it's called. You know, these little bits, right? So I'll have it wrapped round, held together, and then just this bit until I'll be able to pull this off the little thing, right? Just to unhook it, and then I pull this, and I literally do in one full move. I go like this, and I let those bits drop, and because it's that elasticated thing, by the time I've got it over here, it's coming out like a lightsaber. It's very useful. Very useful. But yes, very useful. Right, we're going to carry on in a second with some tarot reading in a sec, but yes, only hit people that deserve it. Yes, absolutely. Or at least trip them up. Yes. Oh, sorry, did my stick get you? Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you just being an awful human being to that other person? Were you just being a racist piece of shit? Oh, I'm sorry, as you went to walk past me, your foot accidentally collided with my walking stick. Oh no, that's terrible. You've been using walking sticks around the house and a walker outside, but now you're going to get a chair. That's fine. It's not fine. I know, it does suck. But pimp out your chair, right? Don't be listen, one thing that none of us are on this channel are basic bitches, right? Absolutely not. We are twisted bitches, we are evil bitches, we are nasty bitches, we are cruel bitches, we are wonderful bitches, we are flamboyant bitches, we are every different shade of bitch imaginable. We are not basic bitches, right? So I don't want none of these stock wheelchairs, right? I never, Melinda, you can get delivered a stock wheelchair, right? The budget wheelchair, and then your duty is to Melinda Brown it, right? And if that means getting a can of spray paint and painting the spokes bloody sky blue pink, right, or purple or black or whatever it is, and if it means attaching some skull motif blooming beads to it, and if it means attaching, you know, those, when I was a kid, oh my God, Melinda, listen, when I was a kid, we had these things. Right, there were two things you had on your bike. One was a playing card pegged to it. So as the wheels went round, it flipped the playing card. It sounded like a motorbike, right? So that's one thing. The other thing we had were these like clip-on beads that went through the spokes in your wheels. So as your wheels moved round, they would slide up and down the wheels and make this really loud clattering noise. Get them. That would be so cool. And then as you wheel your chair, you go click, 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 click. Oh, that would be so cool. Make it, right? Make it that everybody has to see you. Everybody has to notice you. Pimp the fuck out of your chair. right? Get it pimped out. Seriously, honestly, right? I know it's a kick in the teeth. Kick in the face or kick in the teeth. Combine the two, it's a kick in the teeth. I know it's a kick in the teeth. It really is, my darling. But listen, you've got this, right? You've got this. You've got this. It does suck, but you've got this, my darling, right? It will take a bit of adjustment, but you will rise above this. I promise you. I guarantee it. I promise you. You're thinking of it as a bike, which was in your name was a Viper. So on the front of a sign saying "Warning: This bitch bites," and on the back you've just tasted the sweet venomous poison of Viper. That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Put in the chat, right? Put in the chat if you were ever in a position like Melinda where you need a wheelchair, right? How would you pimp your chair? Skull beads on the spikes. I think that's so cool. I do think that's so cool. How would you pimp your chair? Your daughter was, geez, did I have to inherit the height gene? She's 4'11". Lucky for her. Her husband is 6'2". That's good. That's good. Somebody to get in the lower cupboards, somebody to get in the higher cupboards. See, it works. It works. It really does. I know Holland is shorter. You see, I used mine to get things from the bottom shelf. Genuinely, because I am 6'2". I am very, very tall. So I can reach up to the high shelf. That's fine. But I use my walking stick gets things from the lower shelf, and I kind of hook them, and then I get my foot just on, so it I nudge it from the edge of the lower shelf, and then just as it would fall on the floor, I put my foot there, and then I pick them up. Yeah. So yep, very useful, very useful, very, very useful. And if you've got that mismatched height for a couple, because Rufus is a bit shorter than me, but he doesn't even so he will go, oh, I'll put these in the bottom cupboard, and I'm like, okay, you're getting them out then, because I can't fucking bend down that low. I can't bend down that low I open it, and from my height angle, all I can see is kind of there. I can't see what's on the shelf in the bottom cupboard at all, because unless I'm on the floor, in which case when I'm on the floor, I'm literally then not able to stand back up again. I have to struggle to get back up because of my back. But yeah, you'll have to look and see how it looks once it arrives, and then you'll know how to pimp it. Exactly. Spikes, right? Turn it into if Slipknot and Rob Zombie collabed on a drag car, what would it look like if that car was a wheelchair? Right? Do you know what I mean? That used, or you make it super cutesy, right? Make it super cutesy. I'm 14 inches taller than you. That's good. You theme all. Oh, that's cool. Oh, I never thought about that. Oh, I never thought about that. That's very cool. That's got me thinking now. That sounds awesome. That does sound genuinely. That sounds awesome. I love that idea. You see, this is it. People that don't have walking aids, they don't have to. They don't think about these things. I really I had to. Oh my God! I've seen them live a couple of times. They are amazing. You'll have to get very creative. Oh my God, fabric around it. One of my walking sticks, I went to Pride. I can't remember which one. It was either York or Doncaster. And I did it in the trans flag colours. But I didn't have anything. I didn't have any paint or anything. So I just got different coloured tape off of Amazon. Oh God, what's it called? The paper tape that you use to put around windows when you're painting. I can't remember what it's called. Masking tape. So I got different coloured masking tape and just went round it in the colours of the Pride flag, and I had a trans Pride walking stick. Amazing. Folks, are you coming? Once seen, never forgotten. Do you know what? We all of us need to arrange, right? I know we're all over the world, but we all need to arrange to have a great big huge meetup, right? At some point where we all have our multiple various pimped out and alternative styled walking aids, wheelchairs, sticks, crutches, walking frames, all of that, and we rock it, right? I did that. See, I knew you were all my community. I knew you were all my people. I knew that this would happen because, my God, Ladybug themed. Really? I mean, I tell you what, hang on. I was about to go, that doesn't feel like you. But there was an episode, there was some Robot Wars, right? We will do some tarot reading, I promise. But I just knocked my light off. There was an episode of, or a few episodes of Robot Wars, which is those, you know, they like, they build robots and then they fight them. And they've all got like chainsaws and buzzsaws and things like that on, right? Absolutely bonkers, right? But there was one that was decked out in ladybug or ladybird patterned fluffy fake fur, faux fur, right? You know, like teddy bear fabric. It was absolutely bonkers. Is it? Thank you. I will have a look. No. Okay. I might have a little cold or something happening then. Yeah, that might be what's happening with my voice. But yeah, it was, they were red with black spots, faux fur, right? And it was this mad robot, but the other robots would have like flamethrowers, and this fur would melt, and it was so fun. It was bonkers. But that reminds me of that. I think that is very, very, very cool. You would decorate it with ivy. Oh, that would be so cool. Oh, you see, now I want things climbing up, or like Cthulhu, like tentacles climbing up through the walking stick. Oh, I need to do something else now. You're all making me feel, now I feel really under pimped. It's like, I feel like my walking stick now, my deep purple one now needs to have more on it. That's so cool. You used to call them Bishy Bashies, Bishy Barnabies. Wow. You've got a ladybug tattooed on your injured foot. Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, ladybirds are what we call ladybugs in the UK. We could do Beyond Authentic Con. That sounds cool. Grumpy invited himself. Little does it know his bald head will be... Absolutely. Oh, wow. That sounds so cool. That sounds so... Yep. You're going to pimp your crutches. Yeah, I think I need to do something more adventurous with my walking stick than just have it purple and black. What program? Bishy Barnabies, is that from a program? I've got no idea. Anyway, I've got no idea how many of us are here. But if anybody wants a tarot reading, I'm going to go ahead and open a round. Okay. So if you want a tarot reading, do please pop it in the chat. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to clear my throat because I've had a message from Neil who's popped in just to make sure on the back end on the YouTube side to make sure that YouTube's working, and he's saying that my throat I sound very claggy. And a bit rumbly on the throat, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there. But I am so going to have to do some, I'm so going to have to do like a more alternative emo gothcore version of one of these, aren't I? But I'll play this. If you want a reading, do go ahead.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your 3-card reading is next. Donations of $10 or £8 or over will receive a longer 6 or 7 card reading. To try for a free reading, write your question in the live chat starting with the word question. If no super chats come in, a free question will be chosen at random. And if you need help, just ask one of our mods.
There we go. Oh, I'm not on screen. There we go. Yes, so do ask one of the mods. Thank you very much. I sound deeper. It could be my mic. No, I'm very... The last few days, I've had constant gunk in the back of my throat. Constant gunk. Robot Wars, Dormouse. I loved Robot Wars. Oh, that's what you were talking about. Content. Good evening, my darling. A week ahead reading for you. It looks like you're the only person who asked the questions, so I will do that for you now. No problem at all, Melinda, my darling. Listen, You've got this, right? You've got this. I listen, if we lived in the same state, even if we lived in or even in the same country, right, I would say let's meet for coffee, but we don't, so that's going to be nigh on impossible. But what I would say, my darling, is do seek out a professional counsellor, right? Grieve for what you're losing. That's something I had to learn, right? Grieve for what you're losing, the future you'd planned and all those things. Grieve for them properly, and then it'll help you move forward, if that makes sense. But I'm glad we could cheer you up. Also, I do want to see everybody's pimped out walking sticks and everything else. I think that's going to be amazing. You can send them through to my Instagram if you want. Beyond Authentic Tarot, Beyond Authentic Witchcraft. I can't remember what it is. What is it? What's my Instagram? Have I just put it in the chat? It should be in the chat. Hang on. Apparently it's gone in the chat, but maybe not on this channel. Oh no, it has. Here we go. Look. Beyond Authentic Tarot, yay! I forgot what it was. There you go. Send me your pictures of your pimped up walking sticks and walking aids on Beyond Authentic Tarot, and I will have a look. And maybe we'll feature them next week as a little bit of a bonus content at the end of the stream. I could put them in a little video and just go a bit like, you know, when they do fan art. We could do fan art of our walking sticks. That'd be cool. We'll do that next week. Right. Okay, content, let's look for you, my darling. So we're going to cleanse the space. And I'm going to bring in Wispy. So then, good evening, Wispy. Content would like a reading just for the coming week to see what is going on this coming week. Now, I do have to say, everybody, when I normally do when a card flips thing, right, there is a slight issue with this deck because this deck is so big, I struggle to shuffle it, right? So sometimes it will be me and my shuffling error, but I'll let you know if it's oops, my hand is so rubbish at shuffling today, or if it's actually a card that's flipped. But see, that is multiple cards. So I would have said that was just one card that flipped, but it's multiple cards. So Whisper, you don't get away with doing that. You see, Whisper's you're in a weird mood, my friend. Whisper's in a playful mood. For those that have been here a while, right, when I say that Whisper's in a playful mood, that normally means one thing, that I can feel their energy, right? I can feel Wispy's energy on the back of my neck, making the hairs on the back of my neck rise, right? It's not like somebody's blowing it. It's like there's a cool draft, but it's only hitting me on the back of my neck. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it just goes past. And that is Wispy being a playful little git. Stop being a git, Wispy. I love you, really. Right then, let's have a look. Content. The week ahead for you, my darling. Here we go. We'll do your drop. Oh, there we go. I think we'll get higher drops with this deck. We really do. Right. Why is the camera moved? Did I move the camera? Did I? Oh, I did put my hand up, didn't I, earlier? I was doing a thingy. Right then, let's look. So, the week ahead, we'll go with where you are. We'll do the standard. Where you are. King of Cups. Okay. King of Cups. So where you are, what you need to know about this coming week. The 10 of Cups. And the potential. Okay. Feels like quite a positive week. It feels like quite a positive week. So then, thank you, Patricia. I've got a super chat in from Melinda. I'll have a look at that for you in just a second, my darling. So it feels like you've got a positive week, right? So where you are, we've got the King of Coins, but it's reversed. Sorry, King of Cups, but it's reversed. The King of Cups for me, you can see here. It says, I love Dad on the mug. We've got somebody they've got a bunch of flowers. They've got the happy dog. Or is this a hanging basket? It looks like it could be a hanging basket, actually. They've got paint on them. There's paint brushes in their inside pocket. They've got the kids, the dog. This is like happy, happy, joy, joy. This is head of a household type vibe, okay? Now, this was reversed. Now, the King of Cups for me, the King is the highest up you can go in each of the suits. So this is quite an important person. So if this is you, my darling, if you identify with the moniker king, right, then, or if you just have like quite a masculine energy about you, then this can be representative of you. If not, it's somebody around you, right? It's that king energy, that authority energy. Cups is your relationship side, so it's that emotional sector, and it really does feel here that it really feels like this is almost saying you've had a bit of a shit time. That the energy that's brought you up to here, right? So the past week or two has been a little bit difficult, either with you in that sort of family role, or with it could even be with people kind of around you. Do you know what I mean? It could be people around you in that sort of way. So it could be that this isn't this isn't necessarily a relationship, like a partnership. It could be a father figure, it could be somebody that you care very passionately for, but might not necessarily be in that type of relationship. Does that make sense? It feels like there's some negativity here with this reversal. So either there's been a falling out, or there is if this is father type energy, then it really does feel as if there's some sort of something is wanting in that area. Do you know what I mean? Maybe it's that you are missing that father figure, or you're missing being that father figure role. But it actually feels that what I'm getting from this, thank you Whisper, you can take it off. What I'm getting from this is this almost sense of missing, or sense of sadness around this father figure role. So if it is you that's in that, or wants to be in that father figure role, then it could mean that there's a loneliness or a certain sadness that's pervading you at the moment, in terms of missing out on what you've not got. Does that make sense? Or missing what you've had. What you need to know, we've got the 10 of Cups upright. Now, it's a bit of a weird one, because for me, I always say that the 10s are overflowing. 9s are full and 10s are overflowing. So it does say in the what you need to know, this is like, it feels wispy. I'm just going to say what I keep trying to rephrase it, but I'm not being allowed to rephrase it. It feels like if you are missing out on something, right? If you feel that you are missing some sort of family connection, then this feels like it's a false ideal of what family is. Does that make sense? It's like you're missing out on the idealized Hallmark version of a family. You're missing out on that idealized, what people see on TV or in movies. This isn't a reality, because this card, this 10 of Cups, because for me it's overflowing, it feels artificial, it feels schmaltzy, it feels, excuse me, it feels like family bloggers on Instagram. Do you know what I mean? Or family YouTube channels where everything is like, oh, we're having so much fun, we always take the children out, we always do this, and then it's discovered years later that it's like Ruby Frankie type situation, or whatever her name was, where there's like deep undercurrent of really, really bad situations going on, but it's hidden because on the surface it has to be this perfect idealized image of what a family is. I don't think this actually exists. This 10 of Cups in this way, I think, because this is coming up in the what you need to know, I think that whatever your feelings are about family, right, whatever this is, whatever you feel like you're missing or missing out on, it's like the universe needs to give you a bit of a reality check, that it's like the fantasized image of family, that idealized kind of everything is perfect. The kids may grumble, but it's in that, oh, aren't they funny sibling kind of way, and everybody genuinely finds all the solutions to the problems at the end of the episode. Do you know what I mean? It feels like it's that we're missing, and I keep getting so many different kind of, you know, Malcolm in the Middle, like all these different kind of sitcom families going through my head, which aren't real. And thank you, Wispy. It's just this idea of whatever you've been feeling that you're missing out on isn't based in reality. That's all I can say with that content. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like you're feeling lonely, or you're feeling that you're missing, but what you're missing isn't real. It isn't the reality of life. I don't know if that makes any sense. That's what the card's given me, and it's a very, very confusing one, because in the what's to come, we've got another 10, and it's the 10 of coins. Oh, thank you, Wispy. Right, okay. It's the 10 of coins. Now, on the surface, right, we've got another idealized family image, right? We've got a Christmas time where grandpa is sat there playing with the kids, playing with some game with all of these coins or whatever. They look almost like they're mince pies, but apparently they are actually coins. We've got the tree and everything. You've got this family portrait in the background, the couple watching the children, the 2 dogs, everything. Could this be more idealized? But it's coins. So this is talking about growth energy, financial energy. This is talking about what is to come. Wispy, hang on. Hang on, sorry, I'm trying to get what this card, there's a particular edge to this card I'm trying to find. I think okay, I'm going to pull a 4th card. Wispy, I need clarity on this one, because I don't think this is a what's happening this week. I really don't. 3 of coins. Right, okay. It's growth, it's movement for a longer term. Right, okay. Listen, so content. There's some opportunity coming this week, right? There is something happening this week or very, very, very soon that is going to allow you to start taking steps towards this, right? But it's about growth. Both these cards, both the coin cards, both bringing in that growth element. The 3 is all about growth. 3s are about bringing on that 3rd partner at work, right? So you're in a lawyer firm where there's 2 partners. This is about bringing on the apprentice, bringing on that 3rd person, bringing on that partner. If it's a relationship, it's talking about having a child or adopting an animal, or adopting a child. It's like taking on that extra, moving forward into that different realm of partnership to family. This is talking about that. The 3 of coins is talking about making those steps forward, taking on those next, taking things to the next level, right? Growing, enhancing something from where it is to where it can be, taking those next steps. The 10 is that final step. So this is literally, okay, it should have been, they should have come up like this, but it would never have got it, right? So this is talking about, if there is something here, if you've had a fallout with family, or if there is something here that is all about family in this coming week, right? This is an opportunity for you to start growing and start taking those steps towards something else, right? This is taking those steps for you to be able to move forward towards that family vibe that you're looking for, towards that growth. And I think it's really deeply, this week is either going to be a way for you to grow financially because of the coins, or this growth is going to be so fundamental that you are going to take, how can I put it? It's like this is going to be a week that you look back on and go, because this vibe, this 3 of coins, especially leading to this 10, is all about you seeing things from a new perspective and moving down that new path. Does that make sense? Thank you, Patricia. It feels very much like you've got this new direction that you're going to be heading in. And this knowledge is going to come this week. It's going to open your eyes from this idealized, sort of romanticized family idea of what it should be, and this idea that you're missing out. I don't speak to my sibling. Both my parents are dead. All of my grandparents are dead. Both my aunts are dead. I've got, some extended family that are hundreds and hundreds of miles away, but they are, very extended family. I do not have people in my life that are blood related to me apart from one person, so I don't have this extended family for myself, but I have an extended family here. I have a group of people I care passionately about here that are my chosen family. These are people that I replace, for me it replaces this idealized Hallmark version with people that I choose to have in my life. And this perhaps is that for you. This is almost reframing what family means. I hope that helps, content. It wasn't until this 3 of coins came up that my brain went, aha, this is why we've got so much family going on. But it feels like this is very much a time for you to choose what family means and what this next sector means for you. I hope that helps. It's a little bit vague, but it really does feel. This does not feel negative, right? It feels like there is a shift, a paradigm shift in terms of what your belief of family is all around. Okay, and it feels like that is what's coming this week, and it's going to set you on a whole new path of growth and a path of discovery where you will be happier, and it leads to this version of a group of people who love and support you and who care about you, but might not be related to you by blood, but they are your family. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. Thank you, Wispy. It took a while, but we got there. Right then, so I've got a super chat that has come in from Melinda Brown, and I've got a super chat that has come in from Culture NV. So Melinda, I've got you up next, my darling. I will I don't know where the other one went. Oh, it was there. There we go. And then, as always, oh, my candle is just about to burn out. That's not what I meant from as always, but there we go. As always, I will. Can I just say, Melinda, your question is there romantic love in the near future? I think you've got too much on your plate, personally. We'll have a look. I don't think it's going to be near future. I think your near future is. Was there an upside down card? Did anyone just see that, or was it just my dodgy eyes? No? Okay, I don't think there was. Right then, let's have a look. So then, I'm going to cleanse the space. I'm going to do it with a bigger bow for some reason. I like this tinkle a little bit more. There we go. And I'll do it with this one as well. Then there we go. So you've got both. Wispy, my friend. Melinda Brown. My estranged at birth. We're obviously in a different womb at different times because, there's also a few years between us. But obviously my sister from a different mister, my other from a different mother, my lovely Melinda would like to know, Wispy, is there romantic love in the near future for Melinda? I'm going to expand that and say, is there romantic love coming this year for Melinda, right? This year. I'm going to expand it out a little bit. I know we don't normally do this year, but Melinda's got a lot going on at the moment. You could fall in love with a physiotherapist. Wouldn't that be amazing? Isn't that like a film? Is there a film? Hang on. My brain's saying there's a film like that. I don't think there is. I think my brain's just making it up. Falling in love with a physiotherapist. Is that a single card? Single card. Right. Ace of coins. Oh, shit. Right, Melinda. Shit. Shitty. Shit. Right. So, let me move these two out the way. This is your clarifying or modifying card, and it is the Ace of Coins, right? So you know when I say shit that it means there is some negativity coming with this card, which there is. So as a clarifying card, for those of you that are new here, when we get a card flip, it means Wispy, my elemental air dragon, my thoughtful, my egregore, my servitor. Full details are now appearing in the chat, so if you want to go and click on that link, you can do. Wispy is sending us a clarifying card to look at. The Ace of Coins. Aces are all about new starts, right? New journeys, new starts, new ventures, new projects. Coins is career, work, finances, but it's also growth. But this card is reversed. So because this card is reversed, it's basically saying what you've just said in the chat, Melinda. Right? This card, this new project, is showing perhaps a negative downturn for finances, right? So I'm really sorry to say that, but that's what my interpretation of this would be, right? Because it's reversed, it says there's a new, the aces are new, finances are with the coins. And yeah, I think we know that this is an accurate, an accurate depiction for this card. But let's have a look. So then, Wispy, $10 means that Melinda gets the longer reading. So I'm going to try very hard. I might have to move that one to like there, just stand it in the corner. And I might have to use the other. There we go. If I use this one. So then let's have a look. So I'm getting the urge to do a horseshoe, which is going to be ridiculous on this space with these cards. But come on, we'll do the horseshoe. Wispy, we're going horseshoe. We're going old school. We're going traditional. I very rarely do that, but let's go traditional. So here we go. P, I, O, just enough space. A, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm going to cry. Right, okay, I can't cry. Oh my god, right, okay, I'll explain when I get to it, right? But oh my god. So P, past. This is the King of Blades in the past position. So we can see the King of Blades. In this instance, there is a blade, and it's exhibit whatever that says, right? We're looking at the king here is this authority figure. Blades is trouble and strife. This is in the reversal position. I don't think this is not about love, right? This is, you've got one cup card. This is not about love. This reading is about other stuff, right? I've always said, you get the reading that the cards give you. I don't think this is your love life, but I'll explain. This is what you need to have, right? So King of Blades, when it's reversed, the king is, we're talking about negativity, right? Big time negative impact, big time life lesson, big time hurdle, big time challenge coming your way from an authority person. I wonder what the hell this could be this past week or two, right? Because this card is reversed. So we've got the authority figure. In this case, it's a barrister, but or Queen's Counsel, I think they're called. So you've got a King's Counsel now. Oh, that feels weird. King's Counsel. Anyway, that's what they've been now. So, authority figure delivering shitty news. Again, I think we can all understand what that comes to from you for this past week, my darling. So I'm not going to go into that too much. It's what we've already discussed this evening, and that tallies absolutely perfectly along with this like shift in your financial future, this shift of a new change. The present though, we've got the Page of Cups. Now, you said you'd have a lot more time for grandchildren. This is about youthful, loving energy coming your way, right? Youthful, loving energy is where you are. and it's something so perfectly connected to spring, right? We've got the bunny, we've got the daisy crown or the flower crown, we've got these flowers and grasses in the background, a dragonfly coming in, and you've got this kid and this other kid that are painting I love you, hearts and flowers and rainbow pictures. This is a fun card, right? This is a really fun card. And as you can see, I am going to buy a new camera for this, because now I've got this new one here with my face on. This face down one looks really ropey, but anyway, you can see, look how happy this is, right? This is in your present. So yes, there is a change, yes, there is a shift, but this is full of childlike love that is going to be surrounding you at the moment, right? I think this is talking about your increased time with grandkids, being able to play, being able to go right back to having fun, and you know, to feel that youthful energy all around you. I think that's what this card is representing. It can sometimes mean going into that playfulness for you as an adult as well, because page energy for me is not just that we get to be childlike, we get to be like, we get to have that childish playtime, we get to have that childishness where we can play. Do you know what I mean? The eye, the influence, Knight of Coins. So I think this is the worry at the moment, where you are right now. This is the worry that's coming in of finances. What are we going to do financially? The Knight of Coins are the ones that jump in all guns blazing. I think because this is coming in the influence position, it's almost like, I don't know whether you haven't said this in the chat, or if you did, I've missed it, and I apologize, but I don't know whether the influence here is, are you going to be able to do those spur of the moment financial decisions? Are you going to be able to randomly decide that you're going out for dinner this week, to have that little tiny bit of wiggle space that isn't just every single penny is for bills, and it feels, this influence feels like a fear because of this knight, right? Knights are great. Knights act first and think later, but this is almost saying that it's like the influence here is almost saying that you're gonna have to damp that down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know whether you will or won't, because once you've made an adjustment, you will be able to do other things. There will be other opportunities for you longer term. It's just making those shifts. I don't think this is the other. I mean, the other interpretation could be a toy boy. I don't think it's that, right? I don't think it's that, because it's coming in as coins. That's talking about, again, finances. It's talking about work and those sort of things. I don't think this is coming in that area. This influence doesn't feel like that. It feels very much like your current headspace, your current mood is very much influenced about this financial shift, and whether or not, even if you've made some purchases recently that have been a bit more, on the cuff, a bit more spur of the moment, it's almost like that again is now you're starting to worry about that a little bit. I wouldn't worry too much. The biggest obstacle, right? We've got the Two of Blades coming in. Now, again, I think this is where, to be honest with you, I think this obstacle is... I'm just going to say it, my darling, right? I think that you are... Look at that. I say I'm just going to say it, and then I waffle. You are not, well, no. The thought of who is going to love me now, right? Get it out your head. The Two of Blades is that negative thinking, right? This is in the obstacle position, and it's the obstacle card, and it's reversed, right? So this is quite a negative thing for you to be carrying around. Twos are about relationships, but this is about a really negative headspace, right? If this is about a previous relationship that you've gone through, then you need to let that go, right? and don't hold on to that anymore. Whatever this couple, whatever this duo, this partnership that this card is representing, whatever this was, it doesn't feel as if it was healthy, right? And this is coming up as the current obstacle. So if this is still you looking back, let that go. If this is you worried about the future, who's going to love me now, let that go, because that's BS, right? It is total and utter BS. None of that matters. What matters is, again, you will love yourself, right? Whether you've got the ability to run up and down a flight of stairs, or whether you have to take the lift, right? People find love all the time with various body parts not working, right? It's just what it is. What this card is telling me, and what Wispy is giving to me full force. In fact, Wispy, you can fuck off. No, I don't mean fuck off, but you can take that off. That's what I'm trying to say. Take that for off me, Wispy, because it's... Sorry, Wispy, I didn't mean to swear at you. I really didn't, my friend. Love Wispy, love my dragons. Because it's this idea of, like, being mournful for relationships that aren't there. Does that make sense? And it feels like with this card coming in that obstacle position, it feels like it's a big concern, right? But Blades this is challenges, this is obstacles, this is hurdles, this is negatives, right? So your biggest negative is not to keep reliving those past disastrous, those past crap relationships, right? Don't relive them. Don't give them a peace of mind. Don't let yourself get stuck in them. Certainly don't go back to them, right? Absolutely 100% not. And it's almost this thing of that we were saying before, those burnt on bits on the casserole dish, scrub them clean. Do you know what I mean? And don't try not to worry too much about either past or future. Try and be a bit in the present for the time being, because I think that's going to be what you need, right? Now then, the awareness of others. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. People right now, this is again where you need to be super strong, right? And you need to be super you need to be full Melinda mode, right? Fully yourself. Because people will go, oh, Melinda, this horrible thing that's happened to you, and we give you our pity. Fuck off. You don't want their pity. You want no one's pity. No one's going to pity you, right? No one here is going to throw you a pity party, right? Absolutely not. This is not about pity, right? But people are going to look at this. This is how people will see you from the outside. The Wheel of Fortune is, oh, you've had a really bum luck, haven't you? That's a really bad deal. You've had life's really given you a shit hand to play poker with, hasn't it? It has right now. But you are going to sail through this and make it yours, right? You are going to absolutely make this yours, right? Don't let people around you, oh, isn't it a struggle? I had that when I came out as trans. Oh, you're so brave. You're so brave. Oh, I don't think I could, but you're so brave, right? That's what we say to pity. We don't need pity. Pity is a vile thing to come from people, right? So this is where you need to be able to say, yeah, life's giving me a bit of a shit hand right now, but do you know what? I'm still going to win the game. I'm going to have more chips than you've got. I'm going to win the pot. Whatever. I don't know many more poker references, but you know what I mean. Add funny poker reference here. In fact, you can dub it in the Neil, if you're on this, right? You can do some wonderful AI thing with my voice, and I'll for the replay crew, I'll do this. I'll do a mouth bit, and you can insert the voice over here, right? Because I know that Neil's all technical like that. Are you ready? So think of that there, right, as some really big, like, important life lesson thing about stuff, right? So put that in there. Think of that, Melinda, right? And that'll be very useful. Yeah, very useful. But what I'm saying is that, yes, the Wheel of Fortune is giving you a bit of a shit ride, right? You're getting a negative card. But right now, don't let people see you that way, right? Don't accept pity. Accept help if you ask for it, right? If you want help, ask for it. People will help. Don't accept pity. Don't accept people looking down on you, because I've got the strongest feeling that there will be somebody in your life right now who will be basically going, oh, poor Melinda. We really should help. Oh, she's going to need so much help. Do you know what I mean? Bullshit to that. Bullshit to that. You are going to be fine. How do I know you're going to be fine? Because the advice card, look at this, this came up, look at this fucking card, look at this fucking, right, YouTube, you can demonetize this stream. Look at this card. Tell me this card is not meant for you. Look at this card. I mean, it's a bit of a boring wheelchair, to be fair, but look at the card. Look at the joy on this card. This person's in a wheelchair. I mean, how relevant. They've got a dog with them. It could be a service that you could get a service animal. And you can get a service animal that no one's going to get. It's an emotional support animal. Look at this card. Look at the joy on this person. They've got random big old statement jewellery on. It may well be with sunflowers. It looks like it could be sunflowers. They've got flowers in their hair. They are dancing with the nymphs in the fires of the labyrinth whilst holding the flaming torch. Look at the power on this card. This person is not a person. It's for these arseholes to pity. These people in your life on the outskirts that are going, oh, Melinda. No, look at this. Look at this fucking card, Melinda. This is in your advice section, and it's just for you. This is your strength. As soon as this came up, I was like, oh my God, if there's any card that you need to see right now, it's this one. If I'd shown you this in the deck and said, look, Melinda, here's an example, it would have been an empowering moment. Bollocks to all of that. This card came up for you in your advice, in your advice place, in the exact place that you need to know it right now. Look at it. Feel the vibe on this card. Look at the strength that this card has, right? The dog with that soft and compassionate, and oh my God, how cute is that dog? I mean, it may mean that you're going to get a service dog. That would be the biggest love of your life, wouldn't it? Not romantic, but no, definitely not. But you know what I mean? But look, medicinal, can a bit, the smoky things, those are things you can have now as well. But look at the joy on this card. Look at the power. Look at the strength that comes in this card. This is not a person. This is not a disabled person. This is a person who is in a wheelchair. That's the key difference here. This person is not somebody that this lot can pity. This person is living their life to the full. Look at the joy. Look at the strength. Look at the power this person has. Right? This is 100% what you needed to see today. Look at that. And it means what it says on the tin. In the advice section, it means you need to find this strength. You need to embody this card. Look at it, Melinda. Look at it. Just look at the joy. This is how you get through it. You find that strength, and this is how you get through it. Look at it. This is fire energy, right? This is very full-on fire energy. And you can see this person is in a rocky terrain and they've got there in their chair, right? You honestly, I know it sucks, but once you shift that mindset, you have this down pat, right? You have got this strength. You have got this. I am telling you 100%, right? And in the outcome here, we've got the 5 of blades reversed. It's not going to be easy. This card is about turmoil. This card is about challenges, right? And it is going to be a challenge, right? It really is going to be a challenge, my darling. This 5 of blades is saying to you, yes, it's going to get difficult, right? You are going to have your challenges. This is you being at one of those MasterChef things where they do the whole, you've got to make a meal, right? And you've got a meal out of some tomatoes, some peppers, and that's pretty much it, right? Tomatoes, peppers, some spring onions, or scallions as the Americans call them, right? But you've also got wasps flying around, flies flying around, Sprite flying around, sous chefs that or competitive chefs that don't want to be your friend, all sorts going on in that background, right? It is going to be tough right now. It isn't going to be an easy challenge, but it's a challenge that you can meet because it's only a friggin' 5, right? And it's a 5 reverse. It's not somewhere you wanted to be right now, but you've got this. The 5 of swords, the 5 of blades. Yes, it's a turmoil time, but it's one that you can accomplish. It's one that you can get through. It's one that you can easily overcome. It's just saying, yes, it's going to be a bit difficult, but you have this. Look at this frigging card, right? This is one of those times in tarot where I go, oh my God, if I could have picked a card in this deck. For a start, I wasn't going to use this deck. In the members only chat, Patricia said, oh, why don't you use that one? I had picked out this deck at random to use, the Rider-Waite. And Patricia said, oh, the Poppy Palin. I looked behind where I thought I'd put it and I couldn't find it. The reason I was late on this stream is because I was looking for this specific deck, because I thought, oh no, God, it'd be lovely to work with that again. The universe was trying to give me the message that this card was for you. If I had to go through all of my decks, I probably could not find a more appropriate card for what you are going through right now, Melinda, than this. I friggin' love it when a tarot does that, right? All of those things had to align for this to be a card that comes up for you in this moment, right? And this is telling, even if you believe nothing I say, right, believe that this card is there. I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really hope that helps. I don't think there's romantic love in the near future. Not in the immediate. But I think what there is this is all saying that this is a time for you to look after number 1. The rest of it will come later. Look after number 1. That's the important thing here. I could... In fact, I don't think I could. I was about to say I could probably try and twist this and put an overlay of romantic stuff on this, but I don't think I can, because the cards are so clearly what you need to know now with what's happening in your life. Yes, it is going to be a bit of a turmoil time for you with this Ace of Cups coming in, this Ace of Coins coming in reversed. It is going to be like there are going to be a few tough times ahead, but you will get through this. I hope that helps, Melinda. As I always say, and this is a prime example. It's the reading that you need to hear, not necessarily what you're... It's the answers you need, not necessarily the answers that you want. And I do, like, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really, really do. Right, I've got one more super chat in. Culture NV, I will get to you now, my darling. So thank you very much for that. Good evening to Ed in the chat. I've just seen that you're here. Yeah, there's no more super chats tonight, everybody. Sorry about that. We are out of space. Melinda, I really hope that you're okay with that reading. It feels 100% that, like, if I could have picked cards manually out to give you, then yeah, that's what it would have been. Hi, Culture Envy. You're wondering about your boss's energy towards you. It seems like he tolerates. Okay, right. For a start, I've always said, right. I'm just literally, look, I'll show you what I'm doing. I'm just putting the cards back into the deck somewhere. I've always said, right, the mundane before the magical. So there's a mundane answer for this. Before we look at the tarot, there is a mundane way of dealing with this, right? If you are part of a union, speak to your union rep, right? Without a tarot like side of it, speak to a union rep, write down, get a little diary, write down every single time there's an example of this happening. Keep records from now on in, keep receipts. Any email you get from your boss where it feels like they're talking down to you, absolutely do that. If he's rude to you, intolerant to you, bullying, anything like that, anywhere there's evidence, write it down. Anytime it happens, put it in a diary. Anytime there is something, it's called, oh my God, what's it called? My brain just had it and it's just gone straight out. It's basically a diary that you write is contemporaneous notes, right? So you write things down contemporaneously. As they've happened, you write them down, right? And so what you do is you keep that record. That is admissible. It's admissible if we ever take them to court. It's admissible if they ever try and sack you, for you to have records, right? It's contemporaneously recorded. It doesn't matter if there was no other witness. If it's a whole list of things that are contemporaneously recorded, it acts, the bulk of that evidence is taken on as fact, or at least as your perception of that. And the thing is, if he's somebody that is treating you that way, it's all about your perception, right? Unless it's genuinely, you know, I showed my boss my tits and slept with him and he's still treating me like a piece of crap. That's different. Do you know what I mean? That comes under whole other things you can get your boss for. But keep receipts just in case. You know there's more aligned career path for you out there, so you're not beating yourself up over the fact that he doesn't want to see you advance. You spoke to human resources, and yes, you're recording everything. Good. That's the mundane bit, right? You're doing the right things in terms of the mundane bit. That's great. So hopefully that helps. Right, hang on a second. Where did the other bloody thing go? Hold on. Right, yeah, so hopefully you've got all of that covered. Right then, let's look and see. Let's do your cleanse the space for you. This is going to be the last reading tonight, everyone. Sorry, I know, I got all distracted, but this is why. Listen, if you were somebody out there, right, and you think, Lisa, just shut the hell up and carry on, just do reading after reading for people. Don't get involved in the chat. This is not the channel for you. Okay, if you would rather I do 30 readings over a 2-hour period and they all be really, really surface and unimportant, this is not the channel for you, my love, honestly, right? If you are somebody that does that, I'm not saying Culture Envy does that, but whoever it is that's watching, whoever it is that's saying all these things, and I do occasionally get comments, we're not that sort of channel. We will always stop and listen to our viewers, our subscribers, our members. We will always stop and listen to our community. And if somebody is suffering, we'll always stop and lend a kind word, because that's what we do here. And if you don't want that, or you haven't got time for that or space for that in your life, then please go to one of the many other tarot channels where they will happily take your money and charge you for a 3-card or a single card reading, which we don't do here. And they will do that for you. And that is your option on the interwebs. We support our community that we build here, and that means far more than me doing 20 readings and charging, you know, $5, $10 a reading or anything like that. We're never going to be that sort of channel. So if you're upset that I've only done 4 or 5 readings today over 2 hours, I'm sorry. One of our friends across the pond needed to hear some things, and we needed to share her story, and we needed to share the sadness and also the hope. And if you don't like that, then feel free to unsubscribe and go with love to another channel. Anyway, Culture Envy, let's have a look for you, my darling. Let's see if there's a hint in the tarot as to why your boss is a bit whatever. No, you're not too chatty. No, you're not too chatty at all. Never, never, never too chatty. Let's have a look. So then, Wispy, we're going to do situation, obstacle, and how to overcome. Okay, that's what we're going to do for you, Culture, my darling. Let's have a look. So the situation, the 7 of Cups reversed. 7s are all about tough choices, right? Cups is emotions, so there's a lot going on here emotionally for this to be looked at. The obstacle, ooh, the Knight of Cups. Okay, the Knight of Cups is the obstacle. That's very strange. And then let's look at the way to overcome. The 7 of Blades, right? Okay, for a start, you got 2 7s. They are in opposite zones, I was about to say, in opposite suits, which is interesting. And so let's have a look. So the situation with the workplace boss who's being a dick. The 7 of Cups. What does the 7 of Cups mean? The 7 of Cups means there is an opportunity here, right? There is an opportunity. There are lots of options, lots of choices that you have to make, right? In terms of why does your boss dislike you? Cups, I think it is literally a personality clash between the two of you. This isn't a professional thing. This is literally what you're talking about. This is a personality clash, right? Cups is the emotions are in play. This isn't a professional head. This isn't you once didn't, you put the decimal point in the wrong place and therefore, nope. This isn't you did a presentation to, a client and the client's CEO's name was misspelled. Nope. This isn't things like that. This isn't where you've accidentally rounded up instead of rounded down or any of those things, right? This is not anything to do with your achievements or your workload or how you've done things. This is nothing to do with what you've done in the workplace. This is literally the two personality types are not gelling. They're not meshing, right? For whatever reason, your boss has taken, I wouldn't say an instant dislike, but your boss has definitely taken an instant umbrage with something. It could be something really minor that you've said where you don't even realize that that's got your boss's back up, but there is something there that your boss is like, don't like it, right? The sevens are about tough choices. This is reversed. So this is like the boss is saying they really want to make things, to take choices away, right? They really want to take things away from you, to stop having so many options, right? This is just something that it feels like in this situation there are, like, your boss is trying to shut down your opportunities here for some reason. Like, I don't know whether it's a jealousy thing. I don't know. Wispy, what's the emotion coming from the boss? Let's give me that, but not overwhelm me, please. It's what is that? Okay, you've got my heart doing strange things. What's the Wispy? Give me an emotional example. Okay. It's not. What is it? What is that, Wispy? What is it you're trying to give me? I keep wanting to say envy, but I don't know why it's envy. Jealousy and envy. No idea why, but I'm getting jealousy and envy, right? So there is something here that is 100%. Your boss is jealous or envious of something that you have, whether that's a connection with somebody, whether it's a friendship with somebody. I don't know what it is, but your boss is seeing something that you have that they would like, whether it's inside of work or outside of work, right? And it's like they are trying to spite you. That's what it is. They're trying to spite you. They're trying to take away options, take away choices from you to spite you. Yeah, that's what it is. That is what it is. It's like there is a genuine thing there. That's the situation you're in. This is the obstacle. The thing is, the Knight of Cups. Has your boss ever made a pass, made a move, invited you out to drinks, anything like that? Has your boss ever done something in that sort of field? Because or gone out for drinks, gone out for things like that. Hang on, the people in the people your team works to support likes you more than him. Oh, absolutely, absolutely, it could be that. At 150%, it could be that. It absolutely could be that. He's never made a pass, but it's this, it's that. It's absolutely that, right? You're the Knight of Cups. This is ego. This is all about ego. The Knight of Cups is I can get anybody I want. I'm such a player. Look at me. It's like that really fragile, again, that really fragile, like male toxic masculinity type thing, where they believe that everybody wants them, but everybody should like them more. They should be the top of the pile. They should be the king of the heap, because obviously they are the best at everything. Right? It's obvious your boss is better than you at everything. Everybody likes your boss more than you do, because your boss is the one in charge. So obviously they like you more. They like your boss more. Because why wouldn't they? Why your boss is above everybody? Like, that's how your boss feels. I'm above you because, like, your boss is above you, not just in the workplace, but they're literally better than you, right? That's how they feel. That Knight of Cups energy. That Knight energy is all about that, right? It's that teenage energy. It's that the ultimate in in Karen and entitlement and all of that, right? The Knight of Cups. The Knights are the ones who think they are the God's gift, right? They think they are the ones that are absolutely, oh my God, I am so wonderful. I am the very best. I'm trying to do a really bad Trump impression, right? But they're the ones who, put it this way, they're the ones who have the tiny penises and think that, 2 squirts and a pump is lovemaking. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know, 2 pushes in a pump? Do you know what I mean? That's who these people are, right? These are the ones who think being able to, in and out in 10 seconds is a virtue, and yet they're the biggest Lothario going, because I am the best lover, I am the greatest lover, I'm the best lover you'll ever be, the best lover ever. I will give you more, the bestest, the gooderest, the most wonderfulest. It will be the best orgasm you've ever had in your life. I am the bestest. Do you know what I mean? They are the people that are so full of themselves, they cannot see how stupid they are. That is the vibe of this. That is the obstacle here, right? So that's the situation. Your boss is being a bit of a twat, which is a good old English word for dick, right? Actually, it's not. It's the exact opposite. But you know what I'm saying? The obstacle is your boss's superiority complex, and everybody should love him because, he's the alpha dog. I don't know what this alpha sigma beta bollocks is, right? But he's the alpha, he's the sigma, he's not a soy boy, all of that, right? It's that Andrew Tate-esque bullshit, right? So if people in your team respond better to you, if you would make the best team boss, right? If you would be the person who is better at dealing with all of that workplace shenanigans, and you're able to say, well, actually, Barbara wants a holiday in April, and Sandra also wants holiday in April, but Sandra's is in the end of April, but Barb's is in the beginning of April. Well, actually, we can make that work because Simon is coming back from sick leave and should be able to cover both of that. Do you know what I mean? If you're the one that can see that, and your boss is going, no, there's two people want off in March, we can't, in April, we can't arrange that. Do you know what I mean? If your people would rather have you in charge, your boss is going to get such a hissy fit, get their knickers in a twist, throw their dummy out the pram. They're going to get so annoyed at you for being able to do the things that they can't, right? 100%. The outcome, you got the 7 of Blades. More tough choices, but these are tough choices and lessons to learn. I don't think you're ever going to make this person see you as anything other than a threat, right? The only way you're not going to be a threat is if you're no longer in that company, or you become their boss. Do you know what I mean? That's going to be the only way. I would 100% do all the recordings and take this to HR. This 7 of Blades, 7 of Swords, it is all about those difficult lessons, those really tough lessons. But this is reversed. I think you need to keep putting complaints in, right? Bear in mind, though, HR is not there for you. HR departments are not there for the workers. They are there for the company. They are there to prevent the company being sued, right? So if you've got a whole list of wrongdoings by your boss, if you've got a whole list of times that your boss was unduly harsh to you, came down on you like a ton of bricks when you did one little mistake, and yet allowed somebody else in your team who is friendly with the boss to fly on, when they made a similar mistake, if you've got those evidence and those receipts, you take that to HR, you take that forward. I do not feel this card does not feel that that you are going to be able to overcome this quickly, right? It really doesn't. It feels like there's going to be so much hassle coming from him that it's eventually it will make you leave the workplace, right? The only thing I can say, the only way not to do that is to do those other things that I've already said, the mundane things, because this feels like it's going to get really hellish being in that work environment with him, right? Now, there's two ways of managing this. The first way is to do everything by the book. Right, again, not legal advice. This is not union advice, but make sure he cannot get you on anything, right? So if you have to be clocked in at 9 a.m., clocking at 8:59. If you are supposed to clock out at 5 o'clock, clock out at 5:05, right? Make sure that you can pointedly point to the physical evidence, right? And say, I wasn't clocked in late, I didn't leave early. Make sure you've got a paper trail to show your upside. If your boss says something to you, changes something on the fly, right, and says, oh, actually, you know that report you're doing for Bingham and Co, can you get it into me, or don't worry about getting it into me on Wednesday, get it in for me on Thursday instead, right? Send your boss an email, CC in other people, and put in that email, as per our conversation, I am just confirming that the Bingham report, or whatever it is you're doing, the Bingham report's deadline has been extended from Wednesday to Thursday, and just confirming that this is, that I've understood this correctly, right? Do these things. Become a little bit difficult in terms of covering your ass. Right? I don't mean that in terms of like willful negligence or anything like that, but just make sure that there is nothing that your boss can get you on, right? Use things like Grammarly to make sure you're like there's no egregious spelling mistakes and things like that. Do things those ways, right? Do things those ways. If you are, you usually come in late and you leave late too. Again, don't do that then. Don't leave late. Make a point, as much of a ball ache as it's going to be, my darling. Don't leave late. Become that thorn in his side, right? That is there, that suddenly he's got nothing to hang on you, right? Because that will wind him up. And then what he will do is he will then make a mistake. Again, not legal advice, but he will then make a mistake. If he can't pin on you all the little annoying things, right? If he can't pin on you the fact that you went early, you left this time, this got changed, all of that. If he can't pin that on you, then he's going to mess up, right? He's going to turn around and say, you use ChatGPT on emails. Yeah, all of that, right? He will come back. He will then cross that line of professionalism, and he will do something, right, to try and get under your skin. Maliciously comply. That's the one. Yes. He will do something that is so then out of order that you've got him. Right? And the thing is, as much as it's going to be a ball ache for you, right? Oh, well, if to get into work on time means you have to leave half an hour early because the traffic, that extra 10 minutes is that much worse, then do it temporarily, right? Do it, but do it in a way that when you get to work and you swipe in or you log in and it's 3 minutes to 9 or it's whatever time, right? Have a smile to yourself. Just smile to yourself. And know that he ain't getting you on your timekeeping. He ain't getting you on taking a long lunch, unless it's something where you say to him, you know, I've got an appointment, I've got a doctor's appointment at lunch. Can I come in a half an hour late? Can I have half an hour extra for lunch? I'll make it up, right? If he says, oh yeah, that's fine, culture, that's absolutely fine, you do that, email it. Just confirming, boss, that you said I could do this. Just confirming that this is okay by you. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me that extra time. I will add it to my work day. At 5:30 on that work day, you're due to finish at 5. At 5:30, right, you send your boss again. Just confirming, boss, that as per our earlier conversation and my earlier email, I am now logging out. I have spent the last half hour working extra on this project, blah, blah, blah. I am now logging out. Thank you very much. It was very kind of you to let me go to the doctors. Thank you very much. Time, right? Cover your ass. He will eventually go, oh my God, culture, go and do this thing. And then he will be in a meeting and you will say, well, I told him that. No, I didn't. No. There's no evidence of that. You didn't tell me you were running late. You didn't tell me there was a doctor's appointment. You didn't tell me any of that. You just didn't turn up. Oh, really? Let me just get my binder. Page 7. So there's this email that was sent with the, here you can see that it was read. Yes, it was sent at 11:57. It was read at 12:03. That's that's showing you that it's read, and that's the email I sent. And then here's the email at 5:32 where I confirmed that I'd gone home late and checked it and clocked out. And here is the next page. Here is the clocking out form where you can see that I clocked out at exactly, not just half an hour late, but actually 37 minutes late because I was still finishing up on something. Here's that, all of that, right? And then just have the wryest smile, just constantly, every single time you do it, just be like, I've become the perfect employee that you cannot fire on any of these small things, which means if you want rid of me, you are going to have to make up an excuse, and then I've got you. Then it's tribunal time, it's lawsuit time, and all of that. Anyway, I hope that helps. That's combined with tarot advice and being an ex-union member advice, but this is not union advice legally, technically, not legal advice or any of those things. So yeah, malicious compliance is a wonderful phrase. I love it. But yeah, I hope that helps. I really do hope that helps. You can manage your attitude for sure. The tip on the extra emails and groveling is being noted. Not groveling, absolutely not groveling. Just become the ideal company employee for your boss. The exact type of employee that he will absolutely hate, because suddenly he will have nothing that he can pin on you. And he'll hate that. Yeah, like a spider stalking a fly in a web. Absolutely. Except in this case, he thinks he's the spider, right? And in this case, he might be a spider, but he's one of those little tiny, little beady house spiders. And you are a fucking black widow, right? You are a jumping spider, or frog spider, one of those ones that eat frogs. You know what I mean? You are he is not the predator. He is absolutely the prey. And just don't give him any means, right? Don't give him any means to twist something and turn it on you. And if he then starts saying, well, why are you suddenly sending these emails? You just say, oh, actually, it's company policy. As per the company policy document procedure forms, I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right. And so I'm just confirming. And he'll eventually tell you to F off or do something that you'll have him for. Trust me, because he won't be able to help himself. He's a petty little man. And with that, I'm going to go. We are 18 minutes over time. I'm so sorry, everybody. I have, once again, I feel like I could go on for hours and hours and hours. Thank you very much to the mods for standing by and for carrying on with the chat tonight. Thank you for everybody who's been here. Do you know what? I really enjoyed tonight. It's been a really lovely, warm, community-led stream. It really has. And I want to say a huge thank you to all of the mods. You're all amazing. I love you all. You know that. And to everybody else that's been in tonight, thank you so much for being part of this wonderful little space on the YouTubes. Don't forget, hit the subscribe button and all of the YouTubey things. I've had them up here. I haven't said that once this evening. If you've liked this, do please hit the like button. If you haven't done already, hit the subscribe button and ding your bell so that YouTube lets you know wherever we go live. And I will see you on Tuesday. And until then, have a wonderful weekend. Such as it is. Have a wonderful day tomorrow, and I will see you on Tuesday. And with that, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. I'm just trying to find a video. I wasn't ready for that. I was like, suddenly that outcome, I was like, what am I saying? But yeah, I will see you next time, everybody. Take care. Bye.
Ask your question now. Send your question as a super chat to guarantee your free card. Join the Crow Collective. Help to support this channel by becoming a member here on YouTube. From £2.99 per month, you will gain access to members-only perks, live streams, competitions, sneak peeks and more. Just click on Join for more information. Thank you to all our members.
They're witches.
So, apparently I'm a witch.
'Cause she's a witch.
I'm the love witch.
I am a witch.
I am a witch.
Sally just came out.
Now the witch is back.